Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to some more of the floods that I think there's now, there's newer floods in many different states in the US now. Obviously this is one looking at Texas because I think it's again the place getting the brunt of the extreme floods. But I've seen stuff obviously in New Mexico, in New York, like the subway system, so I assume with that the New Jersey's probably getting floods. Yeah, the US is just for some reason getting bombarded with so much water at the moment. And it's leading to chaos, and obviously in the case of the floods maybe like around a week ago now, the very high rate of loss of life, which is just a very sad situation, of course. But the fact that there's more happening in Texas, obviously it's a massive state, so I assume it's somewhere different in this state. Is I don't know. I didn't know Texas was such a hot spot, or maybe it's not. Maybe it is just such a one in a million situation where these floods are just occurring. There's just maybe beforehand there was never really any sort of close comparison when it comes to Texas and floods, but maybe there was. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna check out the new risk of floods, or the floods that are happening again, because it's just crazy. I mean, we're already looking at this, and yeah, there's someone stuck in a bloody car. It's absurd. But obviously prayers are with everyone affected by this. Rest in peace to everyone who has lost their lives to this stuff. It's very, very sad. And also really shocking. It's beyond comprehension how this is all happening now. But yeah, this is titled "Texas is in chaos again. Severe flash flooding swept away cars, submerged homes, and streets in." What the hell does that mean? In Lampasas? I don't know what that means. But yeah, let's check this out and see the new floods going on in Texas. Bloody hell. They gotta be some strong boats to get away from that. Again. The floods look the same again. They're so high. Look how fucking powerful that looks.
Just over a week after the catastrophic July 4th flash flooding that devastated communities across Texas Hill County, claimed the lives of 132 people, and left more than 170 still missing. The region is now facing another round of severe weather.
They're still missing.
As if echoing the trauma of that tragic weekend, torrential rains returned to central Texas on Sunday morning, triggering new flash flood emergencies, prompting evacuations, and once again halting critical recovery operations. In Kempner, the Lampasas River rose explosively from just 1.75 feet to 32.45 feet by mid-morning, coming within inches of the major flood threshold and further deepening.
Streets in Lampasas. That's the river. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, what the hell is that?
The crisis for a region still reeling from disaster.
Like, are some of these bridges going to get swept away? I assume they probably will have. Like, withstanding that much pressure and like power from these waters, and consistently being bombarded.
Both the Lampasas and San Saba rivers have seen substantial and dangerous water level increases. At Adamsville in San Saba County, the Lampasas River rose by approximately 14 feet within 2 hours early Sunday. These sudden surges were driven by intense rainfall, with localized rates reaching up to 3 inches per hour in some areas. Overall rainfall accumulations exceeded 9 inches in San Saba County, more than 6 inches at Colorado Bend State Park, a popular recreational area now closed due to flooding, and nearly 5.5 inches in Sonora. Other communities, including Killeen and Brady, recorded close to 5 inches of rainfall, stretching emergency response resources and compounding the risk for additional flash flooding across the region. In response to the rapidly rising waters and hazardous conditions, Colorado Bend State Park was closed for public safety. Road closures throughout San Saba County have been implemented, including several low water crossings and county roads that became impassable under the floodwaters. Mandatory evacuation orders were issued for residents living in vulnerable locations, especially those south of the San Saba River, east of Highway 16, and north of Wallace Street and Highway 90. Particular attention was paid to homes already damaged by the earlier floods, with emergency personnel conducting door-to-door notifications to ensure residents were informed.
Voice cracked like crazy. What is causing this? Like the water here is so much more raised, and then here it's lower. What is causing this? Like this, I'm confused by it.
And could move.
Is it just how it always is here? Maybe I assume this river just is like, very. I don't know. Like, is it like not a waterfall, but like the land's just higher up? Is that just how it always is? But now because there's floods, it just looks a bit more extreme.
Higher ground or designated shelters. Kerr County, the epicenter of the July 4th disaster, and the hardest hit region during that period, also faced renewed threats from rising floodwaters on Sunday.
Oh God, there's more.
Emergency alerts warned residents of increasing water levels along the Guadalupe River, which had surged an extraordinary 26 feet in just 45 minutes during the initial July 4th flooding event.
Don't say you're going to try and drive through that. Okay, you're not.
The town of Ingram, situated approximately 6 miles east of Kerrville, reported visible street flooding and expanding pools of standing water resembling swampy conditions, indicating the continuing threat to residential areas and infrastructure. These new flooding conditions have severely disrupted ongoing search and rescue efforts. More than 160 individuals remain unaccounted for following the July 4th floods, and the safety concerns posed by...
Imagine being the families like just waiting, like 160 people just not able to be found.
The renewed rising waters forced all search teams to evacuate the Guadalupe River corridor on Sunday morning. Local authorities suspended active recovery operations pending stabilization of river levels. Forecast models suggest the river could again rise above flood stage, threatening key infrastructure such as the Highway 39 bridge near Camp Mystic, a site heavily impacted during the previous floods.
County Road 4330. So County Road 4330, it's flooded out.
That's a road. I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a river. This is the river, but I guess the road's next to it. Oh, it is the road. What the fuck? Oh my God.
The flooding threat extends beyond Kerr and San Saba counties. Surrounding counties including Lampasas, Schleicher, Menard, Kimball, and Sutton reported rescues and evacuations throughout the day. Multiple county roads and low-water crossings, such as County Roads 3,300, 2,313, 3,384, and 3,220, were closed due to high water. Highway 190, which spans the Lampasas River at Kempner, was closely monitored as floodwaters neared the bridge deck, raising concerns about potential structural impact and the safety of motorists. The National Weather Service issued flash flood warnings and flood watches across central Texas, assigning a level 3 out of 4 flood threat rating, signifying a significant probability of widespread and life-threatening flooding. Meteorologists report that this flooding event stems from a stalled upper-level weather system positioned between two high-pressure zones, producing persistent, slow-moving storm cells that delivered heavy and repeated rainfall throughout Sunday. Compounding the instability, a secondary weaker weather system contributed to the erratic atmospheric conditions, fueling ongoing thunderstorm development and further rainfall accumulation.
You should see all the hay bales we got floating down here.
I bet.
Hay bales, damn.
The soil saturation levels in central Texas remain critically high due to the July 4th storms, greatly reducing the ground's ability to absorb additional rain. As a result, heavy precipitation quickly converts to surface runoff, overwhelming creeks, rivers, and drainage infrastructure. Updated forecast guidance warns of localized rainfall totals, reaching between 9 and 12 inches in some areas, with rivers such as the Guadalupe expected to rise rapidly and possibly exceed flood stage once again.
Look at all that rubbish.
Emergency responders across affected counties have taken decisive action to mitigate risk and protect residents. The Kempner Volunteer Fire Department evacuated 2 RV parks and relocated elderly residents living near vulnerable creek beds to safer locations.
Just building up.
Law enforcement agencies emphasize the dangers of attempting to cross flooded roadways, reinforcing the critical need for residents to avoid flood-prone areas. In Bosque County, first responders rescued a man trapped in waist-deep water on a submerged bridge, a third rescue at that specific location in just 1 month. Meanwhile, in Sonora, local officials established a temporary shelter at the Civic Center to provide refuge for displaced residents as evacuations continued.
So, this is Texas. I want to see what's going on in New York. I saw something like tri-state. So I assume New York, New Jersey, and either Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, not Philadelphia, or Massachusetts, maybe. Damn, they're like waist deep as well. Bro, the US is going through it right now. What the fuck? And I swear there's like, is there stuff going on in California? Is it fires? I mean, I feel like there's always fires there, but I want to see this one. People on the underground. If it wants to load. Probably the cleanest those floors have been in a decade.
Oh man, somebody needs a diaper.
Jesus. Oh, is that it? That's a very good video. Let's check this one out. So New York is just getting it as well. That is so mad. Everywhere in America is just getting something. If it wants to load.
Look at this video here. As they say, when it rains, it pours. Definitely did that at the 28th.
I've seen that already. So
the one line in Chelsea, that water gushing through the platform. That is not a fire hydrant. That is water just overcoming the platform. It was taken by a commuter who shot it from a train.
Alright, well, it's not showing anything new. But yeah, New York is getting it. I saw New Jersey, and yeah, it's crazy. I hope, because maybe people are now more aware of the floods and stuff, people are going to be in situations where they may be safer and stuff. Especially for the Texas ones, because obviously the New York ones, I assume this is in the city, so people can probably just go to like their apartments and stuff. But the Texas ones, people could be camping or whatever. So I hope maybe based off the July 4th floods, people have sort of learned, I guess, to just be more wary and careful, especially now with the sort of current weather events. But it's a crazy situation, and I assume this one will unfold over the coming days as well. So yeah, stay safe. My prayers are there with everyone who could be affected or who's getting close to it or has been affected. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.